Hey everyone, how's it going? Brad Hussey here, Freelancing Freedom. We're doing office hours live. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Welcome. Happy Thursday. It is 11:02 Mountain Time right now, our new time for office hours. For those of you who are just joining us, have never heard of office hours before, welcome. This is our weekly show where we go live and we answer questions from the students at freelancingfreedom.com and the general public of people who want to know how to launch a business, plan a business, grow your business in whatever niche or industry, as long as it's service-based and based around clients, using tools that we have online, everything that's involved with creating your own solo consultancy, freelancing business, serving your clients. That's what we do here at Freelancing Freedom, help you plan, launch, and grow your business. And we do these weekly shows to make sure that all your questions are answered. And we like to center it around a topic. So today, our topic is productization. And as usual, I got a little presentation queued up with some slides, and those are yours for free. So stick around here. We'll make sure that if you kind of download the free gifts below, that link is freelancingfreedom.com/launch. That will give you all the slides, the resources, anything that we talk about today. We'll make sure that you get a summary email with all of the information that we talk about today, plus a replay of this video and the audio so that you can review it later. And plus with that, you get 3 free gifts. You get a free demo of the new course called Launch, and you also get a revenue roadmap and the pricing calculator for consultants. So it's a no-brainer. freelancingfreedom.com/launch. Get your name in there right now, and then you'll get that follow-up email after this. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Really appreciate having you here. I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. We got Prasad. How's it going? Suzanne, good to see you here. Larry, hello from Wisconsin. I love that that's how you greet everybody here every single time. Love it. Keep doing it. Alea, good to see you here. Lori, howdy. Aaron, hello. Let's see. Oh yeah, Lori, you said my iPad signed in as me personally. Usually you are Nightlight on, but now you're Lori, so I won't confuse your name. John, good to see you here. Familiar faces, always nice. Alea says, nice transition in. Love it. Thank you. I made sure that I prepped a little bit beforehand so that this week my opening was a little more smooth than last week. If you were here last week, we had a few tech glitches and my camera wasn't working, and it was a little bit sloppy. So this week I wanted to kind of kick it off with a little bit of a professional punch. Bailey, Mary Jo, good morning, afternoon, evening. Love it. Diaria, good to see you here. Amy, Radouane, difference between launch and freelance freedom course. We'll talk about that. Radouane, actually, Alea is going to queue that question up in my Trello board here so that I make sure that I get those questions answered. Okay, so folks, today is all about productizing your business. So let me just switch my screen here, and then we'll have something to go off of. Okay. Whoa, that is a lot of... There we go, that's better. Okay. Now, let me see if I can hit present. I'm going to hide this. Boom. Boom. There we go. Okay, so productizing your business. What's this all about? Well, before we get into that, you're probably seeing stage 3, productizing. So that implies that there are 2 previous stages. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. So let's do a quick recap on the 2 previous stages. We'll keep it real quick and brief here. Stage 1 is called launch. So stage 1 is that foundation, and it's for the brand new freelancer, consultant, or business owner who is starting from scratch, has no customers, no offer, and has no idea where to start. Stage 1 often serves the experienced business owner who is stuck and feels they don't have what it takes and identifies with the phrase business is slow right now. This stage is all about laying the foundations for success, booking initial clients, and learning the ropes of arguably the most difficult stage in business. Now, stage 1, although it is for the total beginners, that's not to say you can't go very far with stage 1. Stage 1 actually encompasses, I think, the largest area of your business. It's the foundation. It's the bedrock. It's what you build your house upon. And so if you don't have that, you don't have something to build it upon. You can't put a structure that's sound. And so to to get away from the home building metaphors here, you can be in stage one and not be a beginner. You could be actually full time and in stage one. That seems like an oxymoron, doesn't it? Well, it's not. Stage one, you can be making a full-time living from your client-based business. You could be, running, say, your web design business or your graphic design agency. You could be an HR freelancer. You could be a business coach. You could be a financial advisor, and you could be booking clients, and everything is manual. You could be a copywriter. I see Mike Writing is here, so he's a copywriter. So you could be booking enough clients to be earning a full-time income. But the thing is with stage one is you haven't really surpassed the level of manual work. There's no systemization. You don't have any standards or any standardization. Everything is always on the fly. Everything is always starting from scratch. So let's say you get an email in your inbox and it's a new client request. Well, you're literally going off of your own memory of how you did it before, and you're just doing it all again. You're writing all your emails custom. Nothing is automated. Nothing is systemized. It's all brute force manual work every single time from scratch. Every task that you do, even if it's repeated, like it's a new task, it's a new email, it's a notification, whatever, it's sending an invoice, it's always starting from scratch. So you could be making enough money to go full time in stage one, but that's a headache because everything is starting from scratch, always reinventing the wheel. Okay, so that's a problem. So stage two is the solution to getting you out of that stage one rut, and that is called Systemize. So stage two is Systemize. That was last week. We talked about Systemize. And you can review these replays. They're on YouTube, but if you are a Freelancing Freedom Launch student, you also have an archive of all of our previous recordings, including all of these office hours and any other coaching calls we've done with students. They are available in your library of courses, in your student account. And so last week we talked about Systemize, and we did a really cool, it was like an hour and a half video. I did a demo of a system, of a flow. I might jump into that and show you kind of how that works and how we can implement that with productization as well today. But systemizing is for the business owner who has an established side hustle. We hear that term a lot nowadays. It's very popular and annoying, but it encompasses what it is. You're hustling on the side. You have a side business. You are growing your passion project in addition to you working full-time or studying full-time, whatever it is, and it's kind of your second priority. So you have an established side hustle. You earn the majority of your income from client work, perhaps. Up until this point, the consultant in this stage has booked their clients through word of mouth or referrals, has no systemized strategy for filling their calendar with client work. It's always on the fly, figuring it out as you go, struggling with order, consistency, and always playing catch up in their business. This consultant is ready to level up and take a systemized approach to their client work, marketing strategy, project management, and business growth. Attracting high value leads and getting booked solid in a systemized and predictable manner is the objective of this stage. Is that clear? Is stage two clear? With my explanation, I see a great comment in there. Bailey says side hustling. I like that. So are you building a side hustling business? You guys are silly. Hey, Mom. Good to see you here. You guys have to fight to be number one fan against my mom. Okay. So loud and clear. Amy says loud and clear. Stage two is clear. So let's talk about stage three. Trois. What is stage three? Productize. Well, you have an established and proven business. What does this mean? A lot of people think, okay, productize. That's about online courses, right? Well, kind of. Yes and no. It doesn't have to be online courses. It's about creating a product. In the past, that product, quite literally, like in the 80s, you would create a cassette tape, a video, a VHS tape, or a physical program a workshop, even in like the early 1900s, businesses and consultants, they would productize they wouldn't call it productize, but they would create a standardized, systemized product of their consulting and knowledge. So think like Dale Carnegie. He has like I think it's called the Dale Carnegie School of Success or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but Dale Carnegie would meet with people in person. He would get clients and do one-to-one work, but he also had a school that he created, a private school where you can go and learn his systems and his methods. And so if Dale Carnegie were, a 30-year-old man today, he would create an online training program, because those are the tools we have available to us today. So in 10 years from now, that might be different. We might have a different, virtual reality training experience, or maybe it's something totally different, or maybe we go back to the way old school and people start wanting physical training materials, and you start getting physical, whatever the video and training delivery means at the time would be. Maybe that's like I don't know what's next after DVDs, but whatever that next thing would be aside from digital consumption. Anyway, I digress. So you have an established and proven business. So you don't just jump into, I want to create a course. Everybody says you can just create your online course and make so much money and it's going to be so great. So who cares about clients? Who cares about service? I don't want to do any of that nonsense. I'm passionate about puppies and I want to create a puppy online course and I'm going to be rich. You're so... Maybe you might get lucky. I don't like building businesses on luck. And that doesn't sound like a legit business model, no matter what anyone tells you. Jumping in and just creating your course about whatever your passion is, go have at it. Good luck. Ugh. What I'm trying to teach you is how to build a business, grow the business, establish it, systemize it, and then you're at the point where you want to create something that can sell at scale. So you have an established and proven business, meaning you have clients, meaning you've booked clients in the past. Specifically, a lot of clients. You've made decent money. Probably you are full-time. You make most or all of your income from client work. Somebody who's, I know my business, I know my clients, I know my customers, I know my niche, I know my industry, and it works very well. They're dialed in. The problem is they've hit a ceiling. So say you're a financial advisor and you do very well. Maybe you make 6 figures per year, $100,000 a year, maybe more. Maybe you've got some high-end clientele and you make good money because you get results for your clients. So you make, $250,000 a year, whatever it is, some nice 6-figure number. Okay. The problem is they are burnt out, working hard, no capacity for more clients. And they see a lot of repetition in their business that can be systemized, and that will be solved by stage 2 systemizing. But let's say they're even dialed in and they are systemized. Now, I'm not saying, this is a side note, you don't have to be like $100,000 a year business to productize. You could be in stage 3 and has nothing to do with income. Stage 1 and 2, you can establish on the side, and stage 3, you could be full-time with all of this implemented. But where I see this a lot with people I speak to and clients and customers and people who want to join Freelancing Freedom go, I'm good at my business. I don't need you to teach me to find my niche. Okay. I don't need you to help me find an industry. I've got it. I make good money from my client work. I'm busy. I'm established. My problem is I repeat things so much and I can't take any more clients, but I would like to start easing off on the gas. I don't need to hustle hard anymore. I'm good. But I feel like there's a lot of money to be made by helping more people. I'd like to help more people with this aspect of my business, with these solutions, but I don't know how to do it because I can't take on more clients. I can't help any more people, and I would like to help more people. How do I do it? Okay. So you want to break through that ceiling. You've hit that ceiling. Okay. So maybe Mary Jo has her hand up. So maybe this is Mary Jo. And anyone here if you identify with these statements I'm saying, let me know. Put your hand up, give me thumbs up, whatever it is. Say I. So you've hit that ceiling and you want to serve more people, but you can't take on more clients. Or maybe this. Maybe you're at $2,000 a month or whatever it is. This is income agnostic. It's not tied to income specifically. It's you've hit a ceiling, you've launched, you've built the foundation, you've systemized, and you've got a good standardized business model, but you've hit a ceiling and you can't take on more clients. This is where productization comes in play. So taking your knowledge and expertise, and so right here, the explanation here is perfect. This model allows the consultant, you, to scale their business to new heights, breaking that through that ceiling without the need to scale their efforts. So I can't take more clients. I can't work harder. I don't want to work harder. I actually want to work less. But can I work less and not make less? Yes. So you productize your expertise into the first, say, in this case, in today's day and age, 2019, at the time of this recording, online courses are hot. Not because online courses are the means to an end, or are the end. Online courses are the means to an end. It's the medium in which you get results for your clients. 10 years from now, it's probably not going to be online courses. It'll be something else. 100 years ago, people were doing this. Consultants and business owners were doing this, but not with online courses. They didn't have the internet. They had other mediums. They had radio. They had in-person workshops. They had brick and mortar schools and private offices where they could train people en masse. They could serve their clients one-to-many. It didn't. One woman or gentleman who started a business could scale their efforts by productizing using the means they had at the time. Today, it's online courses, automation, webinars, ebooks, all these sorts of things. Okay. This consultant is ready to establish deep authority within their chosen niche. Maybe they already have deep authority, but they're stuck. Online courses, automated service delivery, webinars, sales and marketing, advertising, content creation, and passive income are just some of the high-level topics uncovered in this stage. Very expert-level topics. And people look at this stage and they drool because they go, I want to make money in my sleep. I want passive income. I want all these hot buzzwords that everybody's throwing around at me and saying they've made so much money doing online courses. I want to do online courses too. Okay, sure, that's great. But let me ask you something. Do you have a business? No? Okay. What are you thinking when you want to create your first online course? What is it about? Puppies? Sure, Aaron says people like puppies. Yeah, I like puppies. But what problem are you solving? Have you solved clients? Are you an established puppy business? Do you have a business where you breed puppies and you have clients? Maybe it's a specific type of puppy. Maybe it's very high-end show puppy and you train them. Maybe you're a dog trainer. Maybe you're like a dog psychologist. Maybe you're something specific, whatever it is, and you have an established business and you make good money from your puppy-based business and you want to create a course based on your expertise to standardize it and sell it at scale. Okay, now we're talking. Let's create a puppy course. But if you're just like, yeah, I like plants. Yeah, I like, I like traveling and I want to create a travel course. Okay, yeah. Do you have a business based on that? No? Okay. Back to square one, my friend. Okay. Wax on, wax off. We got to start with the ABCs, build your foundation. Are you trying to build a mansion on top of sand? You have to build something strong and under it before you even think of the next step. Okay. So, I digress. I tend to do that. So do you have a business? You look at productizing and you think courses, you think scale, you think passive income, and you drool. Okay. But the only way to get yourself there is by having an established business. You can't skip the line. If you want to create a real business and not a flash in the pan, you can make some quick money online if you play your cards right and you get a little bit of luck and you do the right things and this, that, and the other thing. You can get, you'll be a flash in the pan. Maybe you'll make some quick money, but that's not a business. That's just finding a quick opportunity, cashing in on some of it, and then maybe you'll get lucky. Most likely you won't. Ever heard of the gold rush, the Klondike gold rush, or the California gold rush? Any of the gold rushes? I told that story in a video a while back with the Klondike Gold Rush. People caught a couple people striking rock. They found gold. All of the men of Canada and the United States, they literally stampeded up to northwestern Canada in the Yukon Territory near Alaska, bordering Alaska, to strike it rich with gold. because it was hot. Gold was there in plenty. You could go up there, you can get rich, you can come back, and you can, live your life free and serve yourself for the rest of your life. How great. Sounds so nice, right? Well, guess what happened? Most people didn't come back with anything. A lot of people actually died before they even came back. They came back worse off than they left. A few people struck it rich, and that you would have been better off just finding some low-end job and working wages, other than risking your life for something that didn't pay off. Okay. So you can't skip the line. You got to build something established. You got to build something, and you have to prove that that your business works, not at scale, not passive. This is where true hustle, not the buzzword hustle, like you want to post it on Instagram and look super cool about your hustle. Not that nonsense. Like the hustle your grandfather did, the hustle your great grandmother did with her 12 children. That hustle, literally hard work that nobody wants to do. That discipline, working hard, doing stuff you don't want to do, doing stuff that doesn't scale, doing stuff that doesn't appeal, and trudging through it. If that doesn't sound like, if you can't handle that, then you can't handle business. If you can't handle that, you can't handle business. And don't even think about systemizing and productizing, because you're not systemizing anything and you're not productizing anything. You're just trying to serve yourself and make quick money so that you can not solve anyone's problem but your own, which is you're not happy of where you are and you want to make it better, but you think that the only way of making it better is thinking more about yourself. Okay? It doesn't work that way. The more you stop thinking about yourself and your own desires and all those things, and think about others and how you can solve their problems and make their lives better, particularly if it's a group of people you really love or are passionate about. If you can solve their problems, your success will be a byproduct of how successful you make the people you're serving. Okay? So you need a real business. You need to prove yourself. You need to actually hustle. The real version, not the Instagram version, not the trending hashtag version. I hate that word now because of what today's social culture has created of it. It literally just means doing the work you don't want to do and working hard. Work hard like your grandparents. That. Okay? Establish yourself, show me and prove to me that you have a real business, that you can make money at it. Is this something that you can actually make a full-time living at, working hard without tools of the internet, without the tools of automation, productization, courses, webinars, and all these things? Can your business survive without any of that? If not, I'm sorry to say it's going to go away when the technology changes, okay? Just like that. You've built your business on rented ground. You've built your business on a shaky foundation, not something that can stand the true test of time. So if your business can establish itself in that true way, then we can talk about using the tools we have available to us today. I'm talking about systemization and productization because they are tools we have today. They are a means to an end. In 10 years from now, please God, I get to be talking to more people about growing their business and serving people in the way that I care to serve them. We might not be talking about webinars and Facebook ads. Who knows? Facebook might go away or something else might come in place or whatever. The tools and the landscape will always change, okay? These methods don't change. So I'm not saying how do you create your awesome online course with this specific software and then trying to make my income off of that very, very specific thing. I'm trying to teach you established fundamentals. I could literally go to the college here in town or rent out an office space, put a sign up, put some traditional advertising on the radio and on the side of the highway and say, we're teaching business fundamentals. It's the Hussey School of Business or whatever you want to call it, and teach people with paper in person, train some other ladies and gentlemen in the way that I would teach them, and then get them to do it for me. Okay. Or let's say, I use web design and help my clients online with web design and web development coding. Those are a means to an end. What I'm doing is using the tools available that I care about to solve a problem for my clients, which is they need more customers. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty good at design and coding and all these things, and I'm pretty savvy when it comes to communication and marketing. So yeah, I'll piece it together and use the means we have available to solve your problem. 10 years from now, if I see some businesses and I am still in the business of helping other businesses grow, and we have different tools, I'll show them how to use those things and use those tools. 100 years ago, I probably would have been, in a different life using the tools they had available then. Print marketing, the new radio advertising, church bulletins in the pamphlets, whatever the means was. So stop trying to build your business on flash in the pan trends and think that your business is about your online course, or your business is, Pinterest, or your business is, whatever trend or thing is happening. Build a real business. Okay. Now, if that sounds unattractive to you, if that sounds like if you'd rather kind of the trendy flash in the pan, Insta success, social media hustle, then you can go find that elsewhere. There's an abundance of it. I'm talking about kind of old school, foundational, proven, stand the test of time methods. Okay. What I'm teaching and trying to coach you through is not something that is just a course or this software or this tool or this programming language. It's actual fundamentals. So stage one, and I've distilled them into 3 stages. Stage 1 is launch. That is the launch phase. When you think of a rocket ship, when you think of a spaceship launching up into space, it's not how the systems are in place to get it into space. The biggest, most impactful, aggressive, beautiful, intense visual you get of that is the launch. Okay. Just imagine the rocket fuel and the fire and the flames and the smoke and the energy coming from launching that little, in comparison to the size of the exhaust and the blast, that rocket. And then eventually that little tiny capsule that they go up in space with. The launch. If you don't launch, if you don't build the foundation, you don't get to fine tune. You don't get to scale. You don't get to productize. You don't get to play with the cherry on top. Does this make sense? I certainly hope so. Let's read some comments. Mary Jo says cassette tapes, and Monique laughs. I still have those cassette tapes. Alea says, I tried to skip the line and go straight to productizing. Big mistake. I had to scale back to grow. I was nowhere near ready. Bailey asks, Alea, do you think there was a sign that you may have missed that you could show you weren't ready? Alea said, absolutely. I totally skipped the systemizing part and did not have enough client proof to back the course. So Alea jumped straight to a course, but wasn't ready and needed to scale back to learning how to stage 2 systemize. Mary Jo says, I see lots of friends and people I know try to rush building courses and memberships, yet they don't know what they'll do or have a business. If this is how you know if you have a business, ask them one of 3 questions. In fact, ask them 3 questions. Hey, John, looks like you're starting up your business. That's cool. I'd love to know a little bit more about it. Who are your customers? Now, John should be able to answer that question like that. Okay, let's say John stumbles with it and eventually lands on something. Okay, second question. What's the problem they experience? And you should be able to answer that question like that. Let's say John stumbles with that question, strings something together, some sort of nonsense, gets through it. Third question. Hey, John. Okay, so we know your customers. I think we know your customers, and we kind of figured out a little bit of what the problem is. How do you solve that problem for them? He should be able to answer that question like that. All 3 of those questions, you should be able to string together and say, my name is John. So let's use his name, for example. I have a business called X. We help customers, whatever, fill in the blank. We help customer with specific problem by how to solve that problem. So we help small pet shops get more clients by advertising on Facebook. whatever it is, fill in the blanks. You should be able to answer those just like that. Okay. So Mary says they want to build courses and memberships because they sound exciting. Yeah. Passive income sounds exciting. And let me tell you, it is exciting. It is exciting to I've turned off notifications on my phone now so I don't get distracted. So I'm not looking at my phone because I hate that. But notifications of, a new deposit. A new customer. That was a new sign up. Somebody paid in full. Somebody booked a call with me. That's exciting. The work that you establish in stage 1 and 2 to be able to reap the benefits in stage 3, amazing. But what you see is the tip of the iceberg. You see the shiny new object on the surface that's glowing and saying, you could make lots of money really easy automatically. Like, okay, sure, that sounds nice. I'm in. But they teach you this much. They show you this much. What they don't show you is the reality of how to get there and how so many people fail to even build the foundation, let alone get to the top. Okay. Aaron says there are people, though, that make a living as online educators and aren't necessarily doing service-based business in the same category. Okay, good topic. Yes, you can have an online education business where that's the business. Let's say, the big players obviously would be like Lynda or Treehouse, Udemy, of course. Udemy is a multi-billion-dollar industry at this point, I believe, business rather, where their business is online education. Okay, my camera battery is about to die, so we might have to switch to my other camera in a moment. But anyway, so yes, of course, there are businesses that are online education businesses. The key there, this is where the problem comes in. People think they're exempt from service. They think, I don't want to do this service crap. I don't want to do that. I don't want clients. Clients are annoying. Yeah, clients are annoying because people are annoying. Okay. But if you find the right people and the right clients, you can ease that pain. Okay. But I digress. They think you can skip service. They think service is only, it only is related to when you're doing client work. But when you get to do online business work and you get to make an online education website, then you don't have to serve and do that nonsense. You could just make a lot of money automatically. Okay, sure. Yeah, you can make a lot of money automatically, but only if you're serving. If you're doing the things that don't scale and using that foundation to actually serve. So there are countless online education websites out there in whatever niche and category, whether it's coding courses or, makeup tutorials to, woodworking to, let me switch my camera. Hold up. Hold on. I'm still here. There we go. So, sorry, a little distracted. There we go. So if you're not serving, then it doesn't matter what your business is. So yes, back to your comment there, Aaron. There are people that make a living as online educators. Yes, but they serve. The people who actually make a living as online educators, the people who actually make a living where their business model is an online education company, they serve. They solve a specific problem. They know who their niche is. They know who their audience is. They've established something and they've started in that foundational stage. So they might have, not necessarily booked a one-on-one client and said, I want to online educate you. Maybe they did actually, come to think of it. They found a client who had a specific problem that you're trying to solve at scale and you help them. So I know, Aaron, we've been talking. Aaron's a student at Freelancing Freedom. You have these ideas of creating a design, an online education business model where you teach people how to become great designers. So that's not the same as your clients, where you teaching, you have clients where you design for them. You provide design service for them, solutions in branding and design. You wouldn't necessarily be teaching them how to design when you think of the model of how do we create an online course about design. So yes, you can have that online education business model, but let's say, for example, Aaron, I'm going to point you out. You get a person who will be your target audience for your, let's say, design education business. Okay? And you work with them one-on-one, not at scale, not automated, none of that, just a true stage 1 foundational launch model. And you say, here's the problem that I think you have, or you can ask them, what problem is it that you have regarding design? What if I told you that I could work with you and teach you how to do that? I will be your teacher. It'll be $1,000 and I'll work with you for 3 weeks. And in the 4th week, you're going to have a project that's self-directed. So the first 3 weeks we'll meet on Monday and Thursday at this time, online, offline, at a coffee shop, whatever it is. And I'm going to teach you. And so you get a client for $1,000. Maybe you get 3 of those clients for $1,000, where you are their personal, one-to-one, unscalable teacher. And they go, yeah, okay, I'm in. Now you've validated that business model, which could then become your online education business. Okay? So now you've got $3,000 in your pocket that you can now reinvest into purchasing software, and any other things that come along with it, giving you some padding and a buffer zone where you can then invest time into creating a systemized, hear me out, Aaron, and everybody here, a systemized version of what you just did, not at scale. Okay? Now you're systemizing it. Now you're automating some of the service delivery. Now you figured out, okay, this is how I pitched that client and it worked. How do I create a system around that? How do I make that so it's repeatable? How do I make that so that I can have software do it? How do I make it so that I can have another person do what I just did? How do I use software to now start to implement some of the service delivery? How can I then, now this is where stage 3 comes in, productizing. How do I then take what I taught them in person, not at scale, and productize that skill, knowledge, ability, and training? How do I turn that into something that can sell and deliver at scale? Then now you can serve not 3 clients per month, but 30 clients per month, 300 clients per month, 3,000 clients per month. This is where, Aaron and everybody here, you start to see those numbers and those income reports that you see other people post online. That's what you see. The glitz, the glamour, the excitement, the wow, my life is so amazing and different now, because that's the exciting part. But the dirty hustle, non-scalable, unexciting part that nobody wants to do are stages 1 specifically and stage 2. But you see the exciting part at the top, the tip of the iceberg. You see the cherry on top. You don't see the work that went in to get it there. So Aaron, if you want to create an online education business, yeah, go for it. But you still need to serve. You still need to start, not at scale. You still need to stage 1 launch, stage 2 systemize, and then we can talk about scaling that up into an online education business. Whether or not, Aaron, and anybody here, your business is using your skill, say Aaron's a designer and a brand identity designer. Your clients at this time are people who want that skill from you. You use your design to help them. This is a different business, although in the same industry category of design, where you are using your skills, ability, and knowledge as a designer to help other designers design better, versus using your skills, knowledge, and ability of design to help people grow their business with design. Does that make sense? Aaron and anybody here? Let's see. Lots of comments here. I will find my way through. Okay. Yes, let me know if that makes sense. Mary Jo says, do it messy, they say. Alea. Nope, sorry, I read that comment. Monique. Yes, you have to think it through. Haste makes waste. Think it through. This is addressed in Launch. Yes, Monique is a student at Launch. Thank you for sharing that, Monique. I appreciate it. Mike writing, that's gold. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Leah says, I stopped taking clients and I'm more focused on making their experience the best before moving on. The customer, if you can make the customer experience the best experience they've ever had with your business and anything like it, then they will always come back. Okay? Make it the best. Serve them. Serve them in a way that they cannot believe possible, that they've never experienced possible, because nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to Do the hard work like your grandparents, the people who would step up and do the work that nobody else wanted to do. Okay? I say that is because that's like kind of a lost, that level of work and dedication and discipline is kind of a lost art nowadays. And if you're someone who's disciplined and cares even a little bit and actually legitimately serves other people, I got a comment the other week where someone was like, I was really skeptical of you, Brad, because it seems like you're talking like you care about me and other people and their success, but it's easy and cheap to say that. So I was skeptical of you. You kind of seemed charismatic and you said you cared and you're Canadian and all these things. And I was just like, red flag alert. This dude is a scamming weirdo. I don't believe him. But the further and further he got with me, watching my videos, reading my blog posts, signing up for something small, signing up for something cheap, he sent me a message and said, I realized none of that was fake. It was all honest and legitimate. And it took me getting to know you a little bit better to realize how honest and legitimate you were. You actually do care. And now I couldn't be more excited about doing this thing that you've created. And so that's what you want. People want the easy way. They want to skip the line. They want the quick cash. They want to get rich quick. They want all these things because people think about themselves all the time. If you're the person who doesn't think about yourself and thinks about others first in a meaningful, actual, real, honest way, that will stand out. Okay? Do that enough and things will start happening for you. Bailey, thanks. Sometimes looking back, it's easy to realize what went wrong, but you wouldn't have known then. Glad to be able to learn from others like this. This is great. Thank you, Bailey, for sharing that. Fail forward, says Alea. Aaron says the Hussey School of Hustle. Copyright. Amy says, Brad, can we create video courses using the WordPress platform? I've got one client who wants to create a video tutorials website. Can you give a little insight? I believe that will be added in the Trello board. I'll try and address this before the end of the workshop today. Alea, reiterating what it is I said a few moments ago. Who are your customers? What is their problem? How do you solve that problem? That's the trio. That's the 3-part formula. That's the basic essence of all business. The timeless formula. 100 years ago, 100 years from now, still the same. It won't change. The tools, the medium, and the delivery will adjust and change with the technology and availability and the desires of the market and people. Sure. The formula, who are your customers? What do they struggle with? And how do you solve it? Will never change. Alea says, yeah, I would love to see some people in the chat answer these questions. Amy says, who are your customers? And her answer is food bloggers and home bakers. Cool. Hafsa Khan says, my clients are marketers or website moderators. Alea says, I love how the questions are about your customer wants and needs and not about you and your skills. Yes, this is where I get this all the time. What should my business be about? I'm a really good web designer. What skills should I learn? Like, I don't care. What I care about is who are your customers? What do they struggle with? And how do you solve it? Can you answer any of those questions? If not, you're not talking about a business. You're talking about how do you get employed at a job? Nothing wrong with jobs. Go get really highly skilled in a specific thing, find the person who needs it, or specifically find somewhere you want to work and you really desire to work there, find out what they need, start networking, connecting with them, find out what it is they need, be the best version of that and go work for them, go apply and be the best version of what it is they're looking for. Great. That's how you be a great employee at a job. That's not what I'm teaching. I'm a terrible employee. Hafsa says, the problems of my customers is they need plagiarism-free, unique content. Okay, I solve their problems by writing the content they need. Cool. So providing custom copywriting services that are plagiarism-free. Bailey, I'm still trying to find my niche. I enjoy working with small businesses in my area, helping them get more of a presence online. I still need to narrow down my niche market and my service though. Okay, Bailey says, have you tried, this is to Hafsa, potential clients, have you had potential clients get upset, say you charge this much just for some words? Hafsa says, no, I'm not, since I don't have that much of an experience in fancy portfolio, I don't charge that much. Currently working on 60,500 word fiction novel and I'm taking $300 for it. What? According to market price, I should be charging $1 per word. Yeah, dude. That sounds like slave labor to me. Okay. Ooh, tons of comments. What a hot topic today, folks. Love it. Let me catch up. Aaron says, hold up. I'm trying to catch up to these comments. You guys are on fire today. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Bailey, the kind of work you do is not what I expected. Is this written and you check it over, or you're writing it? Amy says, this happens a lot of the time because it's up to how we show them the importance of our work and the amount of time we invest and deliver the project. Hafsa is writing that massive novel for $300. Dude. What do you mean? I didn't understand. Okay, Aaron says, if you have hungry designers for knowledge, having a course that will help them is a great solution, isn't it? It is, Aaron. Okay, back to the Aaron's topic here. I've taken courses before that wasn't previously served before I took the course. Yes, it is a good idea only if people will pay for it. So get somebody to pay for it. So Aaron, you can go and create a course, and I know we've talked about this. You can go and create a minimum viable course. Okay, I'm all about creating the bare bones skeleton version of your solution, whatever your industry or niche. But you need someone to pay for it. So get one person to pay for it, then get 3 people to pay for it. So you think like, okay, online courses is about scale. Okay, but Aaron, if you want to solve that specific problem for somebody, validate it by finding that person and going, great, here is the checkout, and get them to pay for it. 1 customer, and then 2 more. If you have 3 is a magic number here. That means you're onto something. Okay? You can even collect payment before you even create the content of your course because you know how to teach it anyway. It already exists. It doesn't exist in the medium of an online course in terms of slides and videos and whatever other production value you want to add to it. Your course is your knowledge and your ability to consult. It's in here. It already exists. So that's why you can tell somebody, yeah, it's $1,000 and I'll teach you how to do that. Get that money. And get to work and serve them, deliver it, then turn that into a course. Okay. Ante, I watched the replay. I like this new timing. Love it. Missed the show again, says Ante. It's okay. Watch the replay. Better yet, join up and launch freelancingfreedom.com/launch and watch it in your student dashboard. That'll be available there. Mike laughs. And you're Canadian. Yes, I get that all the time. I do play the Canadian card, but good people are everywhere. So Bailey, I haven't really heard of this. Is someone paying you to write a book? Bailey is still on Hafsa trying to understand. Wait, are you writing an entire book for $300? Aaron, says Alea, I think Brad is speaking more about how you were a designer with design experience versus just starting a design course because it sounds good. Yes. Aaron says, and seeing other courses on similar topics are indicators that there are markets for the topics. Yes. Well, what it does show, Aaron, is that there is competition. So it is an indicator of a market available, okay? But the problem is you can piggyback off of a popular market. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. You see, that's being opportunistic as an entrepreneur. You go, people are interested in that over there. How do I get in on that and make something happen? But if you're going in with thinking people are getting rich over there, I should go get rich too. You should be leading with, there are a lot of people struggling over there. How do I make their lives easier? And then stand out that way versus how do I compete with the person who's most successful over there so I could be more successful than them? It's a surefire way to fail and be very sad while failing. Suzanne, how do you find lots of comments. How do you find a good consultant online if you are far from everything? Please clarify, Suzanne, and we will add that to the Trello board. Mike, my clients are web designers and webmasters. Okay. Alea, it's very hard to teach a proven system when it has not been tried and proven by you. That's the part people want to skip. Yes. If you can't get one client for an actual proper price with the knowledge that you want to turn into a productized course, then you can't have a course. If you can't get one person and work with them individually, not at scale, then you can't have a course about it. Let me tell you this. So I talk about launch, freelancingfreedom.com/launch. That'll get you a free demo and all the gifts and everything like that. What I'm selling there is at scale. So I can have as many people that I can get into the course at any given time, and it doesn't have any added stress to my life. So I can have people sign up. I can have 1,000 people sign up in the next 5 minutes, or I can have 2 people sign up in the next 5 minutes. I can have people sign up at any time of any day, whether I am at work or on a lake somewhere. And it doesn't add any strain to my serving them because I've already packaged it in a product. But the way I can know that that works is because I can, let's say Aaron, pointing you out here, because we're buddies, I could quite literally say, Aaron, I will work with you individually, and here's my fee. Let's say $1,000 a month for a couple months, $2,000 a month for a couple months. Like the fee is that can be figured out quite easily, and it would be based on value. Okay, so let's say my fee is $2,000 for 3 months. Sounds hefty, doesn't it? 2, 4, 6, $6,000. I've done $15,000 WordPress projects, and clients don't bat an eye at it because they value it. So $6,000, if that means I can establish a business for you, I can work with you one-on-one and say, let's work through all these things. First, I'm going to make sure that you're actually the type of person who can do this and will do this so that I'm not wasting your time or money. I'm not interested in doing either. I want to serve you. I want you to succeed. I want you to be an evangelizer for what it is that I'm doing here so that people can go, who's this Brad Hussey guy? He seems sketchy. And then you can go, nope, no, he's not. Here's what's happened to my life because of my knowing him. Okay. I can work with you and say, let's go through all these steps. Let's build this together. I'm going to hold your hand through every step of the way, and I'm going to slap your hand every time you make a mistake. And I'm going to coach you along until you get to the point where this happens. You get your first client. Okay, now how do we onboard that client? How do we establish a system? Now let's do this. Don't make that mistake. I did that in the past, and that's going to cost you 6 more months. Do you want to work with me 6 more months at $2,000 a month? No? Then smarten your butt up and let's get back to work. And then I will take you through each of the steps so that you can actually have an established business, get clients, systemize, and productize. So I could work with one person, let's say Aaron, for $2,000 a month for 3 months. So that's $6,000. If I were to try and sell you on a $6,000 online course right now, you'd be like, who's this crazy person? But if you see the value and I'm working with you one-on-one and I say it's going to be $6,000, but at the end of it, within 12 to 18 months, you're going to recoup that cost and way more. Ideally, you can recoup that cost within the first 3 months. That's only a few clients, my friend. And then you have someone coach you through it. That's consulting. That's true consulting. That's me having a client and serving them. Okay. If you can't do that, then you can't have an online course. So my example there is quite literal. If someone wants to work with me one-on-one, reach out and we can work something out. But this is why I create Launch, the first stage of the whole process, for a very reasonable price. Yet people still go, oh, I can't afford it. You're like, well, then you don't want a business. Okay, I could charge $2,000 a month for this course alone because I could work with you one-on-one and teach you the exact same thing with less resources and less scale, and you'd be based on my availability, and you wouldn't be able to do it at 2 a.m. in the morning wherever you are in the world. Okay, so if you can't serve one person not at scale, you can't serve many people at scale, because you don't have an actual thing. Okay. So Leia says, Launch is the first of a 3-part series and is for those looking to start a freelancing business. Yes, exactly. People are asking, what is this Launch course? With the difference between Launch and Freelancing Freedom, Leia has been answering that. I appreciate that. Freelancing Freedom is a community with a brand with courses for different levels of those looking to start and scale their business. Yes, exactly. Couldn't have said better myself. The Launch course is replacing Masterclass. So for those of you who know about our original Freelancing Freedom course, also known as the Masterclass, Launch is the new Masterclass. But now we've created 2 additional stages that take you from that stage 1, which I've talked about, to stage 2 through stage 3. Okay, so let's see a couple more comments here. Oh, Bailey. Nope, that's Bailey talking to Hafsa again. Okay. Aaron, so by getting those 3 customers are not skipping the service stage. Exactly. Because Aaron, I want you to be able to serve somebody. So if you can serve one person successfully and get them the results that they are seeking, that means you can do it with all of the people who need that. So if there are 1,000 people in the world who need that, and you can help one of them successfully, as a result, therefore, you can serve all of them at scale. So if you can't do it with one person, you can't do it with anyone. The input needs to be true and valuable to have an amazing output. So you can dress up a really beautiful online course about absolute garbage that will help nobody, because you don't know who you're helping, what they're struggling with, and how to solve it for them. You're just theorizing it based on ideas and hopes and dreams. You want to actually help a real person. And I mean that in an actual literal way. When I, in the course, in launch, for those of you who are considering joining and are going to get to the stage where I'm like, okay, let's dive deep into a customer persona, I actually want you to create a hypothetical person, but then find that actual person and serve that actual person. Not, let's create hopes and dreams and theories and then just hopefully we can have a hopeful business, hopefully. No, find the actual person you want to serve, get them as a client and serve them, and then serve another person like them 2 more times. So you have 3. The magic number is 3, because first time you could have got lucky. Second time, okay, you got my attention, but I don't believe that it's valid yet. Third time, okay, you've done it. You've got my attention, I'm interested, and I can see that what you're doing is valid. So now you can start systemizing it and scaling it. Afsa says, regarding his $60,000 novel he's writing, I know it sounds like slavery, but I believe it, and it feels like it too, but it's my first time writing this big novel, so I have to start small. Absolutely. I'm not harping on you in a bad way. I'm just trying to look out. I'm trying to get your back here, Hafsa. I would not write $60,000 for $300. That said, I've built full websites before for total free. So I have a couple clients now that still, for like 10 years now, that were my first clients and are family members of mine, and I still do work for them for free when I probably provided them tens of thousands of dollars of value. So why would I do that? So no, I get it. You want to get momentum. Just be sure you're protecting yourself from being taken advantage of. Monique, you need to bring something different to the market. How can you make yourself stand out in that area? That is why the issue of niche is so crucial. If you don't know what the problem is and how to solve it and then how to differentiate, if you know those 3 things, now you get to fine tune each of them. Who's your customer? You can go small businesses. All right, you're on to something, but that's not good enough. What small businesses? Where are they? Who are they? You can go down to the granular detail of each of those pieces of the formula. Second part, what problem do they struggle with? They say they don't have enough clients. Who are their clients? What do you mean they don't have enough clients? Is there somebody else competing with them that's more successful? What are they struggling with within that? How does that make their life hard? Does that mean that they have a strained relationship with their spouse because they're working 24/7? What is it? You can go really, really deep into that as well. Third one, what is your solution? Give them marketing services. I give them HR coaching. I give them design assistance. Okay. What of that? How do you deliver that? How does it work? What do you do at each step of the way? How do you do it on day 1? What about day 2? What does it look like 30 days after been working for you? Can you show me that it works? What sort of results have people experienced from doing this with you? You can go down to granular detail to an almost infinite level in each of those steps of the formula. But if you don't know the top level of the formula, you can't do anything. Suzanne, I live in the desert, not a lot of possibilities. So all online, is it possible to find consultant online and how? Absolutely, Suzanne. Yes. Honestly, listen here. I am in southern Alberta, Canada. I'm very far away from you, Suzanne. I could literally, honestly, if you were interested, work with you 1-to-1. We can exchange Skype usernames. I can send you an invoice for whatever the fee is for the problem you're experiencing, and I could work with you 1-on-1 and help you, coach you, consult you, provide resources custom tailored to you, and you would provide your credit card in the checkout. I would get a deposit. I'd see a notification on my phone. Suzanne paid her deposit of $2,000. And now I can jump on Skype. We can schedule some automated calls based on her availability and mine. I'll deliver a service, ideally get her the results she is looking for and beyond. Take good care of solving that problem for her, for you, and we're in business. You can do that. There's nothing stopping you from doing that other than what it is that I'm laying out here and what I explain in the launch course. Let's see. Okay. Suzanne Bailey, thanks. If possible, I'd like to avoid Facebook. I don't like it. I'm LinkedIn. Okay, we're talking about social media here. Bailey says, I'm still learning, but I've heard that some things about Facebook Messenger bots. Maybe you can look into that. Yes. So all of these, keep this in mind, everybody. Everything that you hear about online with the new tools, you're going to hear things nowadays like SMS messaging and text alerts, and text message marketing is the new hot thing. Webinars are not as popular anymore, so you need to do text messaging. You need to do Snapchat. You need to do Facebook Messenger bots. Those came in and went away very fast. What else? There's direct sales calls now. So those were a thing that people said, it's direct sales calls. Those are dumb. I want to do everything at scale. But now people are literally saying, jump on an actual call. Here's my actual business phone number, and we'll book a time and we will talk. And I will sell to you on the phone. So that's coming in now. So all these things are just means to an end. They're just tools. But what a lot of people do is that they just stop and plateau at the tool and go, Facebook is the business model. Twitter is the business model. Snapchat, Facebook bots, SMS marketing, whatever other tool, whatever other things, direct sales calls, cold emails, knocking on doors, selling vacuums. They're all looking at the tool and stopping there versus going, okay, what tools do I have available to me? So an entrepreneur, think of a skilled master woodworker. He walks into his shop, takes a deep breath, like the master he is, or she is. There's some very talented female woodworkers on YouTube. And they look at their shop and go, today I will build this. What tool is available to me that I must use to reach that end goal? Versus, I have a hammer and it's the best hammer. And this hammer is going to hammer things like only this hammer could. Hammer time. See how silly that is? Stop thinking about the tool. If Facebook Messenger bots is working and it's going to work for you, and you've proven that it actually is working, okay, milk it. Go for it. If webinars are working for you, great. If live stuff is working for you, if one-to-one stuff is working for you, great. If email marketing is working, if this is and this isn't, go for it. They're just tools. Okay? Aaron. Oh, hold up. Alea says, to reiterate, serve one person. Step 1. That's launch. 2, learn to serve many at once. That's Systemize. And then 3 is serve on autopilot. That's Productize. Perfect. Please write that down, Alea, somewhere where we can use that, because that is beautiful. Aaron, who did you serve with Freelancing Freedom when you first made it? Any examples? Yeah, great. When I first started Freelancing Freedom, quite literally, it was, so I had this roundabout way, but I, as you know, do coding tutorials and I teach people how to code. And that was kind of a passion project that turned into something very significant. Teaching people how to build websites using my personality and my style and my knowledge and ability. People like it. And then they go, Brad, you've helped me. So you've served me with this thing. I did lots of email responses, but debugging code, working with people for free, going, thank you for teaching me how to do this. How do I get a client with this skill you've taught me? And then I would respond and I'd tell them, this is how you do it. This is how I did it. This is how I currently am doing it right now. I'm a web developer booking clients. So yeah, here's from my experience, my ability, my knowledge, my failures and my successes. Here's how I did it. And then I repeated that enough times and served enough people one-to-one for free in emails and videos and on YouTube and in whatever other Facebook messages, tons of those, where people go, wow, I got my client. Thank you for that email or for that series of emails over the last 2 weeks. I could have been charging for that, but I just helped them for free. And so therefore validated it. And then I started realizing I'm just repeating the same thing over and over again. Why don't I put this together in a way that's going to help? And then Freelancing Freedom was born, saying there's a lot of creators and coders. And eventually I realized people who want to start consulting businesses and freelancing and get clients, it's not just specific to designers and developers. In fact, a lot of designers and developers, no offense, designers and developers here, I love you, are a pain in the butt because they're stuck in the employee mindset. They're always thinking, what design software should I use? And what coding programming language do I need to master to get clients. Be like, no, 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 stop it, stop it. You need to detach yourself from your obsession with your skill because it will come and go. You are an entrepreneur, a consultant, a business owner, and you're solving a problem. The tools that you happen to use happen to be design related or programming related. So for me, Aaron, to answer your question more directly, I served designers, developers, creators, and coders specifically to get their first client. And so Freelancing Freedom was my taking all of that knowledge and advice and coaching I gave people for free for like a year and put it into a course and then started selling it on scale. And now it's evolved into, hey, Brad, I'm not a web designer. I actually hate coding and I want nothing to do with it. I'm a financial advisor. I need a website and stuff. Maybe you can build it for me, but I still need clients. Can this work for me? And I go, yeah, it can, but you're going to be super annoyed when all I'm talking about is web design. So let me create something that is going to work for people of any niche or industry, so long as they want to get clients and grow their consulting-based business first as a freelancer and grow it into something more substantial that provides for their family, the way that I have done and so many others have done, by starting in the trenches, doing it dirty, not at scale, not the glam hustle, but the real hustle, where your spouse looks at you and goes, can you come back to the present moment? It seems as though you are not here. You're looking at me, but you're seeing something else, where your brain is just like spinning. Okay? I don't want you to stay in that stage. That is a very stressful stage, but those are some of the realities that happen that you need to get through so that you can get to a more stable, systemized, and then productized version of that, so that you could look at your spouse or your partner or your children and they see you and you see them, and you know that you're going to be okay. So Aaron says, let's go deeper. How about your coding courses? Who did you serve first with your tutorials? Was it clients that you were building websites? Okay. Who did you serve first with your tutorials? Was it clients you were building websites to? I served first, Aaron, specifically people who, I served people who were like me 3 years prior to that. So I had no idea what web design was or anything like that. And I learned how to do it in an expensive and time-consuming way. I'm very grateful and blessed that I went through a program that helped me. It changed my life. But I thought, people don't need to spend $12,000 and 2 years of time learning something that they could learn in, a few weeks. I'm going to do that. So I was teaching people to become web designers and web developers and build websites so that they can start their own businesses. That's what I did. Alea says, I wonder if this is the voice in Brad Hussey's head while he's building. Yep. Oh, that's awesome. Suzanne says, I don't have Skype, but I guess you would be a good consultant. Thanks. Yes. And here, Suzanne, back to our previous conversation, we were talking about, it doesn't matter about Skype. Skype's just a tool. Good old fashioned phone. Good old fashioned phone. Everybody has one of those. Email. It could email you. Now, I'm not quite literally, Suzanne, trying to sell you on working with me directly. If you wanted to, that's something we could work out, of course. But I'm talking to you right here. I can consult you right here, which means I can consult you over email, over phone, over Skype, over whatever. I can send you videos. I can record videos, put them on a DVD, and mail it to your house. You can't stop me. Can't stop me now. Alea says, glam hustle. Is that like glamping? Yes. Where you're like, I went camping. I was in the bush. And you're like, girl, you were in an RV that cost more than my house. It's like glam hustle, where you're like, yeah, man, I hustle so hard. And you're like, sweet, how much, how many clients did you book in the last 4 weeks? And you go, what? Clients? I don't call them clients. I call them lovers, because we just like love, one love. It's all love, man. And you're like, shut up. Go start a real business or go do something useful. Ugh. Sorry, folks. Getting hungry, getting thirsty, and yeah. Anyway, let's see. Aaron Robinson, did you do the 3 customer validation rule? Technically, I did more like the 30 customer validation rule. I learned it the hard way and realized that there's a pattern to what I'm doing, and I don't want people to have to go through it like this. So let's find a system that actually works. And I validated that through my own methods, through networking with other people, and through testing it with real customers. So now at this point, we have over 400 customers with Freelancing Freedom who are going through that same methodology and seeing results. Now, the people who aren't seeing results are the people who aren't actually applying it. But people like you, Aaron, and people like Alea, and people like Bao, and people like Harold, who is deaf, cannot literally hear anything and is still working through that and crushing it using the tools and abilities, quite literally, he has available to him. Suzanne, I think I'll first try to find a way to take the course. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to pitch you on working with me one-to-one, but I was using it as an example to illustrate a point. That's why I had the course, because now you don't have to pay the price and the time investment of working with me directly, though some people value that more, and that's fine. But I've created a product that takes everything I know that I would teach you one-to-one and delivers it in a convenient way that you can consume on your own time in a way that I've meticulously designed that will get you the results you are seeking. In many ways, even better than working with me directly. The only thing that's not a part of that is the one-to-one tailored custom guidance you would get. But you get that in Office Hours Live. You get that by, I talked to Aaron yesterday. We had some back and forth throughout the afternoon. You get that customized tailored service in the community, in the accountability, and in the mentorship. So that's why productizing is powerful. So let me just show, I had a couple more slides and I'm going to wrap up here. So why would you productize? Just to wrap this up and conclude it, folks. Why? Because you can keep the business small, but with the impact and reach of a large business. You can serve a larger range of customers in different stages from all over the world. A one-person consultancy can use productization to create revenue predictability, to scale their operation to new heights, to make money in their sleep, and solve problems at scale. Okay? How do I productize? We've talked about this a lot. Here's a visual representation of how that works. First, you launch, you establish the business, solve real problems for real people. Okay? Then you systemize what you have built down here in launch. You systemize, standardize your business using a series of systems, automations, and workflows that create consistency in leads, sales, and service delivery. You cannot systemize what you have not yet launched. Okay? Productize is the third stage in this visual representation of this pyramid. Launch being the base, systemize being the midsection, productize being the tip of the iceberg, the tip of the pyramid, the cherry on top, so to speak, where you package your service into a digital product that sells at scale and generates revenue in your sleep. 100 years from now, maybe it's not a digital product. Maybe it's a virtual reality product or something, whatever is happening in 100 years. 100 years ago, into a training system that you can go to your nearest branch in your city to learn the systems, to whatever it is. You could create a productized model of what you've taught, not at scale. You cannot productize what you have not systemized, and you cannot systemize what you have not yet launched. If you don't have this launch, the foundation, you don't get these. As far as I'm concerned, you're going to hear otherwise in other things, like you can skip service, you can create your online course in a weekend using free tools and just put a couple crappy slides up and then make millions of dollars like me. Look at me in Barbados. I'm so great. Be like me, buy my course about teaching people about buying courses. I'm not teaching that. Maybe if I did teach that, I could make more money faster, but goes against my values. Doesn't work that way for me. Sorry. I'm trying to serve you by helping you build a business, okay? I care about people like you who want to provide for your families and get away from big businesses and working for other people and being an employee and getting a job. You have a special part of you that wants to be more self-sufficient. And you want to take something that you have and serve people and creating a better life for yourself and your family. Okay? We've already had tons of questions about productizing. I just was a little bit late on the slides here. To wrap things up, if you like what you've learned today in our office hours live and you're not yet a student of ours at launch, you can get a free demo of launch. Just go to freelancingfreedom.com/launch and you will get a behind the scenes curtain pulled back, whatever the phrase is, to see what's behind the scenes, see what you get. You kind of just get to see what happens, what you get, how it looks, the level of detail and value within the training program that teaches you how to do what we talked about today. If you want to productize, if you want to get to that stage where you get to look at your phone, swipe down, boom, and see that you have a deposit in your phone in your bank account passively, okay, I want to get you there. But you need to systemize that. But first, you need to build the foundation and launch. You need to build that rocket that goes into outer space. You need to actually create the platform, create the foundation so that you can launch. Okay? So get your free demo, freelancingfreedom.com/launch. I'll email you the slides, resources, and replay of this workshop. So my apologies, we were a little bit late on sending the replay and the resources from last week, but that was in your email today. We will be a bit more prompt this time with the resources. We're kind of learning as we go here, so that, we're going to try and send that to you ASAP. When you get your demo, when you sign up, we'll give you all the resources and slides, things that we talked about today, so that you can review it, take some notes, consider launch if you want. This is like working with me, but on your own time, in your own time and convenience and pace. It's the best of what I know to get you to a stage where you can create a business that serves real people, solves real problems, and creates real, meaningful, impactful change in the life of you, your family, and the people who you love. And that's what launch is all about. It's unconventional. It's not maybe what you'd see nowadays in Facebook ads, although I do use the tools of the day to be able to get people to see my message, but it's unconventional. And this is something that I could teach you one-to-one, but I've used something to, in this case, productize my knowledge to show you how to get what it is that you're trying to get. And that's to create a business that matters, solve real problems, book real clients, and create consistency in your business so that you can grow to and beyond your revenue goals, whatever they may be, in any industry or niche, so long as you want clients and serve real people. Okay. So, to wrap that up, Suzanne says, I'd like to work one-to-one. Problem, I have no money and not for the course. I live in kibbutz and I'm very limited. That's why you should attend these sessions and glean what you can for free so that you can get yourself to the point to book a client to join up in something like launch. Also, Suzanne, we have compassion pricing and we provide one free scholarship per month to people who cannot afford it, but will get results from joining. So write to us if that sounds like you. Anyone who wants to join and has any questions, support@freelancingfreedom.com. That will go directly to myself and my team, and we'll answer any question that you have about launch. This was by no means a sales pitch for launch. We actually do have a webinar that I just created, and it's going to be amazing and very big and sizable and crazy. So you're going to want to keep an eye out for that. And that will be a gigantic training session. That will be a sales pitch for launch. This is more so if you like what you learned today in the office hours, you're not a student of launch. What are you waiting for? Get in there. Would love to see you there. I really appreciate all of you being here. I'm really blessed to have you here. It's so exciting that I get to spend my morning doing things like this. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I will catch you next week in our office hours live. All right. Bye now.